Hello folks and welcome back. You'll have seen us previously try the license centre on a particular test. We're back up there again today. The last video you saw was the Alsace Village Coppino 2 and B3 Cornering Basics 1. Today we're doing the same test but with four-wheel drive TT Coupe 3.2 Quattro 03 in the B4 Cornering Basics 2. Settings will be today. Traction control 1, we'll always start with that. We'll turn the ASM off and put counter steer on strong. And we'll start back where we always do. There are the settings. Controller settings, run a Fanatic DD Extreme. So force feedback max torque 8, force feedback sensitivity 6. Looking at the friends list, what we've got 420 Motorsport in the pole. We've got Randy LA in second place. We've got Dodo in third. Mad Max down in fourth, surprisingly, but these times are really competitive. Look at that, 11.170 against a gold time of 11.5. My personal previous best is 11.138, so if we can replicate that, we are top of the tree really straight away. So let's have a look, let's have a go, let's see what we can do. So it's going to be turbocharged. This one's four-wheel drive. I'm guessing there's a bit of a braking element required. $11,374, that's gold straight away. No real major difficulty there. Bit of braking, boot the hell out of it, and away you go. $11,327. We've got the ghost in the wrong place currently. Let's just change that ghost back to 0.9. We're still not on the friends list. But we know we've achieved the gold, so... $398. We can take the traction control off and the counter steer, I think. $357. That's what we're gonna do. Let's turn them off. Oop. See where we go. I used the brake to try and bang us into the corner. That's quicker than we've gone. 343. I'm going to put the counter steer back on. I actually want to have a look and see where we are in the friends list. So we've got 16 people at it and we're right at the very bottom. But we start to take on some really big competitors here. So, counter steer. Let's put that back on. We're on ABS default. Just going to lift, not brake. .263. Is that forced us anywhere? No, 244. So Slippery Bandit is the first one we've really got to try and knock off to start with. Trail brake in a bit. I think we can do it with just lifting. Yeah, we've lost that. We don't need the brake so much. We can do it with lifting, I think. He says that, but then realises we're miles away. No. Let's try it with braking then. I'm really too aggressive, I think, by the looks of it. Yeah, the counter steer isn't helping. Try the ASM. No, gotta turn it all off. Then we're going to move that ghost in. I'll put it at 0.3 to start with. See if we can follow our ghost really quite smartly. Wheel spin. Rear left wheel. I mean, we're not far away from gold at all. Well, we've got gold. It doesn't take us long to achieve gold at all, so anybody that's really only interested in getting gold is doing this and moving on. You really have moved on. And you're on to license test 5 and away. .275. I think that's about the fastest we've been. Got to see a 1. .316. Oof. Not even in the top 10. The game is adding a little bit of traction control. It must be something in the diff settings of the car or the torque settings of the car, because it's 4-wheel drive, so it's giving us a little bit of slip. You can see it backing off. It's got to be in the drivetrain of the car. Got to try and eliminate that. 251's the fastest we've been. Where have we got to be for friends list? I can't remember. 244. My word, boys. No. Shifting up a gear, getting the boost doesn't help at all. It's naturally aspirated, isn't it? It is NA, as far as I can tell. There's no turbo. No. Two 6-4. No good. Can't get in the top 10, boys. What the heck? Do I need to put 2 tyres in the grass on the right hand side? Change up to 4th doesn't help. No. What do we think is the difference? What do we think we can use to go that little bit faster? It's got to be ASM again. We were slower into the corner then. We were already impacted with a bit of torque LSD type effect. Two 5.5. It's off. Let's put it on weak. Take the counter steer off. Let's go for it. Oh, flick the microphone across the room. Spinning up. Oh, 250. You boys have really been pushing this one, haven't you? Yeah, 212, there it is. We've got in. Was some thrashing about to get us up to 7th above Lee. We got a little bit of going with exactly the same time as Olive. But that unfortunately knocks Slippery Bandit off. But he'll be back. Right, now we understand. I think we understand. We were getting a little bit of slip of the car before the car was sliding away from the apex. So we're sort of inducing a slide into the corner, which kind of makes the car turn. I'm just going to mess about with that a little bit. Just in a bit closer. The way I'm going to beat this ghost is beat it to the apex. That's where it is. That's where I'm losing the. That's where I'm losing this test. The run out up the hill is the same every time. You can't beat that. It's getting into the corner where I'm really struggling. I'd lost that way before the apex. Let's just have a look and see how far away these two guys are from top 10 stars. They're almost in them, aren't they? That is exceptionally quick. So both Randy and 420 is on exactly the same time. But for me to beat that 212, to get a 1 is... I think it's all to do with the acceleration, and I don't know whether it's because I'm giving it a 100% throttle that I'm fully braking the drivetrain, and I've got to be less on the throttle. Well, that's the hour up, folks, and that's where I'm going to have to leave it, purely based on the hour. 11.212 seems so far away from 11.170, and it is in fact half a tenth. But anybody that's going faster for 11.212 has got to have almost worked out how to get rid of that dip in the throttle. It's got to be in the drivetrain somewhere in that car. If you keep the wheel turned, it doesn't drop away. And keeping the wheel turned increases the distance to the finish line. So I'm not making any gains, but I don't know if it's throttle control. I don't know if it's getting into the corner faster so that you're level with the ghost coming out. I've tried and I've tried and I've tried, and I just can't find that extra little bit, and I keep going back just like I am now. And I'll still be here till the sun goes down, I think. I had a lift on the throttle there. 252, just too close. Just one more try. That one more lap. As soon as I straighten the wheel, I lose the acceleration. I've got no assists on at all. None whatsoever. .215. It's just outside my best. 212. That would have been good if that was a 125. So there's a couple of ways to beat that that throttle cut when you hit the straight, and that is to finish turning earlier. But that left rear wheel just keeps spinning up. Tried it with traction control, that doesn't work, we get the same effect. I don't know what that is. As soon as I hit straight. Is that a setting in my wheel? It does it every time. Is this a wheel versus controller problem? Does it happen on controller? Because on controller I'm 100% sure you can get the car to straighten up on the controls much easier. 242. I suppose this raises the question again of controller versus wheel. Where's the advantage? Does any control method have an advantage? And I think we've probably come across one here. If I'm talking out loud, some 6 minutes after my deadline cutoff. We're getting it so close, but every time the throttle cuts and it sends us to the back of the pack. And with that, I am 100% calling it a day now. I've probably run that for an hour and 20 minutes, probably. And that is difficult. I've got to 7th in the friend list, tied with Olive. We've discovered that as I try and straighten the wheel up and go straight, the throttle gets cut. Now I genuinely know GT7 has this little bit of applied traction control when the wheel is turned, but I never realised it cuts the throttle when you come back to straight, which is really, really strange. So I don't know if that's something within the setting of the LSD within the car we're driving. We're just going to have to find out, but it's definitely been giving me a disadvantage coming on to this test, because I can't get the car out. Is that a controller versus wheel advantage? I really don't know. It's something we're going to have to work out. But to all those that got faster me in the test, and you're all there, well done, congratulations. We'll see you on the next one, folks. All the best. Good night for now.